Hi everyone, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Blair and today we are just doing a full face of nothing new. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these on my channel and I do love to film using a bunch of older products every once in a while. I do think it's fun to film these full face of nothing new videos, so I make sure to use all of my makeup and not just my newer things. So I hope you guys like these videos. I really love filming them and that's what I was in the mood to do today. So if you're interested in a full face of nothing new and how I got this look, please keep watching and make sure to subscribe before you leave today. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and make sure to follow me on Instagram at the same username, simply.blair. Thank you for watching. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Let's get started. Today I wanted to use my Bite Beauty Changemaker primer. This has been one of my favorites since I tried the Bite foundation, which we're also going to use today. I just love this. There's nothing that I found about this that I don't like. It's just a really good moisturizing primer. I have the one that is for dry skin, but they do have one that is for more oily skin types. But I personally do not have oily skin. Just blending that in with my Real Techniques brush. I like this primer because it's very moisturizing, but it's also very lightweight, so it doesn't feel really thick and heavy on your skin, but it's a really good base for foundation. Almost has a cooling effect when you apply it too. It's really nice. It's kind of like applying another moisturizer. I already did my skincare and my sunscreen, but this is kind of like an extra step. It's really nice. Now I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Vanish Corrector, and this is the shade number 1. I love this. This is a great, really brightening corrector. This one's a little bit lighter in tone than like my Bobbi Brown one. So it's a little bit more brightening. So I've really been liking this one lately. Although I do kind of want to get shade number 2 and kind of compare them. But I do really like this one from Charlotte Tilbury. Now I'm just gonna take my finger and make sure that is nice and blended in. Now we're going to move on to concealer, and today I was in the mood to use my Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I have not used this in forever. This is kind of one of those products that I like it, but it's not like my absolute favorite concealer. So I find that I kind of have to be in the mood to reach for this. I don't know why. This one is the shade Snow. And then I do have the shade Vanilla as well. So I'm going to apply just a tiny bit of this one. This one's way more yellow toned, a little bit darker. I'm just going to blend that out with this Smashbox brush. This is actually supposed to be used for cream cheek products, but it fits really well under your eyes. So if you guys have video recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I love to, obviously I want to make videos that people want to watch and that you guys are interested in, but I also try to just film things that I'm in the mood to film. I never want to make videos that I don't want to make. I just make them because I think people will like them. I always make videos that I myself am really looking forward to filming. But I do like to hear what you guys like to watch. So if you have any ideas, anything you like to watch, any suggestions at all, please leave them in the comments. I'm just going to go over that with my damp sponge too. Now that we have the concealer on, we're going to use the Bite Changemaker Supercharged foundation. I wear the shade L25. I know this is kind of overkill, but I just love this foundation. I have nothing bad to say about it. Every time I use it, I love how my makeup turns out. I just absolutely love it. It's my favorite natural finish. It's a great amount of coverage. This color works really well for me. It's very lightweight, yet it does cover. I don't know what it is. It just looks really nice and natural on my skin, and I'm just super impressed with it. It also does work really well with their primer, but I've also worn it tons of times with other primers, and I always love how it turns out. I'm gonna go in with my Smashbox blurring foundation brush. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to film today, and then I just thought, you know what, I haven't done a full face of nothing new video in a little bit, so I figured I would film one of these. I like to film these videos pretty often just to make sure I'm using not only tons of new products, which I love to do, but also using products that I've had for a while and I really like them. But sometimes, you know, when you try so many new things all the time, you just kind of forget about all of your older things that you loved at one time and were new favorite products for you at one time. So I want to make sure I'm always using those things too in my videos. See how pretty it is? And this foundation literally matches my skin perfectly. I think this is probably my best shade match in a foundation that I have. I really wish Bite would come out with the Changemaker concealer. If I had a concealer that was just like this foundation, but just in a concealer form, oh my gosh, that would make me so happy. Bite Beauty, if you ever see this, you probably won't, but if you do, you should come out with the Changemaker concealer, and I will be first in line to buy it. Now I'm going to take just a little bit of the Bite Changemaker powder, and this is the shade Light number 2. I'm just going to very, very lightly set my face. Sometimes I don't set this foundation because it does kind of set itself. I really, really like the Bite powder too. It's very not powdery looking. It's very natural, and it just very, very lightly sets your face. It doesn't look cakey or chalky on your skin, so I really, really like this as well. Now we're going to use Nars Laguna bronzer. You can see this is very well loved. This bronzer holds a very special place in my heart because it is the first bronzer I ever used. The first bronzer I ever bought. It just will always hold a very special place in my heart, and I always will have the Nars Laguna bronzer. I just think it's one of the best neutral bronzers on the market. It's not too orangey, it's not too warm, but it does have some warmth to it, and it's not cool toned. It's just right in the middle. I love it. I used to pretty much use this bronzer exclusively. When I was first getting into makeup, this was really the only bronzer that I used. And I still love it. See how pretty? I mean, this bronzer is so good, you really cannot mess it up. It always looks good. And it's one of those bronzers that I feel like I can use year round. I can use it in the spring and summer, and I could use it in the winter, and it's not too warm for winter time, but it is warm enough for spring and summer. It's just perfect. I love it very, very much. And since I was using Nars Laguna, I felt like I needed to use Nars Orgasm. I haven't used this in a little bit, but this, another tried and true product. You just can't go wrong with this. It's so pretty. It looks so good with the Laguna bronzer too. Bring it on my nose and my chin. Even a little on my forehead. Actually, I think Nars Orgasm was one of the first blushes I ever got as well, I want to say. Definitely the first high-end blush that I ever got. So the Nars, Laguna, and Orgasm will always be very, very special to me. Now I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. Like always, this really very rarely ever changes. I feel like brow products are like the hardest product to switch up because it's just, I don't know, when you find something for your brows that you like, I just feel like it's really hard to start using something else. I don't know why. That's good enough. You know when you have those days where you just like keep on with your eyebrows? I'm kind of being like that today. I need to stop. Usually less is more with your eyebrows, I found. Okay, now I'm going in with my favorite clear brow gel from Believe Beauty. And I'm just gonna lightly brush my brows up. I said this, or I've said this in a few videos, but if you need a really good, inexpensive clear brow gel, this one from Believe Beauty is awesome. You can get this at Dollar General. I believe it's $4. For the eyes today, I wanted to use my Tartelette in Bloom palette. This is one of my favorite palettes of all time. I feel like this palette works for everyone. And I know no one really talks about it on YouTube, or not that many people talk about it anymore, but it is such a great palette. And I wanted to use this because today is Mother's Day when I'm filming this video, and this palette reminds me of my mom because she always, when she's looking at my makeup, she always is drawn to that palette. And so it always reminds me of her when I use it. I'm just using my Nars tinted eyeshadow base. I'm first going to go into the shade Flower Child, which is right here. It's just a really good neutral all over shadow color. So I'm just kind of packing that shade all over my eye. Now I'm going to go in with the shade Smarty Pants, which is just a really good neutral transition shade. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. Then I'm going to take this shade, which is Jetsetter. Right here, it's a little bit more of a cool toned brown. I'm taking this shade Jetsetter with this really pointed tapered brush, and I'm gonna put this right in the crease of my eye. So right where I can feel my crease. I'm not really dragging it up, just keeping it right here. I really like to go in with a more cool toned shade right in the socket where you can feel your crease right here because it gives you more of a realistic looking shadow. Because if you think about it, shadows are typically cool toned, so if you use a cool tone shade right in your crease, it really defines your eye. Now I'm gonna mix the shade Rebel and Leader. So these two, one's more purple, one's more of an orangey brown. I'm gonna mix a little bit of both of those. And I'm using more of a little angled brush for this. I'm just taking those two shades and kind of placing that color right here. And I have my brush placed kind of at an angle. So I'm kind of forming that shape, that outer V definition that I want, just like that. Pretty much all the brushes I'm using today are from BK Beauty, which is Lisa J Makeup's brand. She makes these really beautiful, amazing quality makeup brushes. She is here on YouTube at Lisa J. I believe her name is just Lisa J or Lisa J Makeup. I'll put it up on the screen, but these brushes are by her and they are phenomenal. They are such great quality and I love them. So this is the 205. As you can see, it's really small and compact and it's angled. So it is the perfect brush for this step. If you're wanting to place your color at an angle, kind of towards the outer V, this is the perfect brush for that. It just fits perfectly right here on the outer portion of your eye, and I love it. Use it all the time. I will link her channel and her website where she sells her brushes in the description box. Now that I've gotten that outer corner shade kind of laid down, I'm just taking my big fluffy brush I went in with first. This is also from BK Beauty. It's the 201. It's a really big fluffy crease brush. Super nice. So with this, I'm just gonna kind of lightly, I'm holding my brush pretty far out, and I'm just lightly going over where we place those two darker shades and just very lightly blending them so they're nice and diffused. See how easy that was to blend out? These brushes are so nice. So I know I said I was using this Tartelette and Bloom palette because it was my mom's favorite, and today is Mother's Day. I actually did get this palette for her for Mother's Day, but I really want to have my mom on my channel. I really want to do a video with her, but she's very shy and she's not quite sure about being on camera, so I'm trying to convince her. But if you would like to see my mom in a video, comment down below and let me know. I really want her to do it, but she's just a very, very, very private person, but so beautiful. I am just dying for her to be on my channel because my mom is so sweet and beautiful, and she is also my absolute best friend in the whole world. I really want to have her on in a video, so I'm hoping that will happen at some point. So if you'd like to see my mom in a video, comment down below and let me know. This is my favorite shade in this palette, to be honest with you. This is the perfect lid shade, in my opinion. It's this one right here. It's Funny Girl, and I love this color. So I'm just taking that shade on my finger and popping that in the inner portion of my lid and kind of tapping it over into the center. Oh, it's so pretty. I love this color. And I am also, this is totally optional. I don't do this all the time, but I do it sometimes. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's called Activist. It's kind of a, I can't even tell if it's, I think it's a really, really cool toned brown. And I'm going to use this on another BK Beauty brush. I'm using this on the 204 from BK Beauty. It's a really tiny smudger brush. I'm just taking a tiny, tiny bit of this color and tapping it at my, just the outer portion of my lash line. Very, very lightly. I'm going to take a little bit of this light, kind of a creamy off-white, and I'm going to put just a little bit of this under my brow bone. For the lower lash line, I'm going to mix the shade Smarty Pants and Jetsetter. I'm just going to run a tiny bit of this along my lash line. And that is all I'm going to do for eyeshadow. This is such a good palette. If you don't own this, right now, it may not be when this video goes up, but this was on sale at Ulta. I think it was like 30% off or 35% off. I'll put it up on the screen if it's still on sale when I post this video, but if you don't have that palette, it's a really good one. Now I'm gonna curl my lashes. This is my Surratt lash curler. The absolute best lash curler, in my opinion. And for mascara, I'm actually going to use the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions mascara. I love this one. I actually want to get, I think they just came out with this in black brown. I'm pretty sure they did. And I really want to get that one. I love this mascara because it is super lengthening, which I love, but one of my favorite things about it is so easy to get off. It's a tubing mascara, so it literally just comes off in little balls. It is the weirdest thing, but it's so easy. It doesn't leave that, it doesn't give you that mascara residue under your eyes that a lot of mascaras do. Even when you remove them. Sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll have all this mascara smudged under my eye. That doesn't happen with this because it's so easy to take off at night. Almost done. I wanted to apply a little bit of highlighter. This is MAC Soft and Gentle. I have not used this in the longest time. So pretty. This is such a pretty highlight. This is one of those things, I'm not sure why. This one just kind of gets pushed to the back of my drawer. But it's so pretty. I love it. For lips, I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. And then for the lips, I'm going to go in with Charlotte Tilbury Hot Lips 2 in the shade JK Magic. One of my favorite lipsticks that I own. And then I'm also going to take Dance Floor Princess. This one is a little bit more pinky. So I'm going to put that right in the center. And I'm going to top that off with Buxom White Russian. And then I'll just use my ColourPop setting mist. And just lightly go over everything with my sponge. So that's it for today's video. Like I said, I love to do these full face of nothing new videos every once in a while. I just want to make sure I'm using all of my makeup and not just all of my new things, which is always fun, but it's also fun to use some of your tried and true favorites too. So I hope you guys liked the video. I did want to say a huge thank you to anyone that has subscribed to my YouTube channel. I have recently passed the 1,000 subscribers milestone, and I could not be more grateful if you have watched one of my videos, two of my videos, all of my videos, and you've subscribed. It means so much to me. I hope it comes across in my videos. I genuinely love filming these videos, and anytime someone subscribes or comments or gives a video a thumbs up, it means so much to me. So please know that I so appreciate you if you take the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. It means the world to me, so thank you. Make sure to subscribe before you leave today if you haven't done so already, and give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. I'll see you guys next time. Remember, simply be you. Bye!